All right, coming at you today with an ORB video, which is opening range breakout. I'm going to go ahead and give you an idea of how I play ORB breakouts. So I got a couple examples for you. I'll cut right to the chase. I do mine on a 10-minute time frame because I am doing day trading and that's what I want to do. So you can follow this or not, but this is what I do. And I'll give you a quick rundown. So you can see that we're looking at a 10-minute time frame. So how I play it is you want to play it based off the second candle of the day being an inside candle of the first, focusing mainly on the candle bodies themselves, not as much the wicks as far as the inside part. So this is back for today. You can see big opening red candle, inside candle, which is green. And then what you're looking for is basically a breakout of the top or the bottom of that second inside candle. So I'm going to go ahead and just throw a couple of lines here so you can visualize it. So this second candle would make an inside candle, at which point I'm looking for a break of the upper wick or lower wick of that candle. So the next candle didn't break. This candle did. I usually will wait for a candle close, but you can kind of do as you will. If you don't wait for a candle close, you probably will have it'll be a little bit more of a risky play. There'll be a little bit of more risk to reward. But let's just say I played this on the break here. So you can see it ran up, came back down, retested just below, and then bounced and ran. So obviously this isn't always an all-day hold. You sell, you trim on the way, but basically once it breaks this upper wick, which is this price level 2 line, you'd enter calls in this particular example, and you get this big run up all the way to basically 41.50, at which point you can see a couple of decent sized wicks at a level here. This is these dog pool things are dark pool prints that I label on my charts with the dates and the amounts and stuff. So for me, if I was playing this today, seeing a rejection just at this dark pool level, I probably would have set my stop loss at this level once I hit here and sold when it dipped below that, especially considering the reaction to this candle. So that's one example. The other one I'd written down was Apple today. So again, first candle, big green candle, and then we get the next candle where you can see the body of the candle is an inside candle to the opening candle, at which point you set your top and bottom levels of that candle, which are about there and there. And when it gets a candle close under that wick, you can enter puts. So in this particular instance, you can enter puts here. You can see I picked this example on purpose because I feel like it's a good example of what really happens, and it's not necessarily an ideal thing, but you can see we got a good flush down to 153.35, and then it actually came back up and basically retested where we entered, just a little bit above where we entered calls. But then within the next 20-30 minutes, you can see it started to work its way down, and that would have been a great day trade. Basically going from 154 to 152.40. And Apple, their premiums move pretty good. So that's another example. Let's go to the last example I wanted to show you guys, which was CrowdStrike, for slightly different reason, because the candles on these were a little bit bigger than the candles on the other examples. So you can see again, big candle, first 10 minutes. Second candle The body of the candle is an inside candle. Basically, you can see that. So then we're going to go ahead and we'll set our levels here and our levels here. You can see the next candle came back down but never broke this upper wick. This candle closed above. Now this is where I said this example I picked for a reason, because I used the Ripster clouds. So you can see that when in this particular instance, we were still kind of in a green cloud, and if it's breaking to the upside, I'll oftentimes take that right on the break of the upper wick because it's already in that upward trend. So anyway, if you miss this and you feel like you're getting in too late because that candle's too big, you can always wait for a retest or a bounce off of the Ripster cloud, the EMA cloud here, or just you often will get if you get a big candle breakout, you'll often get a retest at some point that's fairly close. In this particular instance, you can see you could have gotten 2 or 3 different opportunities to get in, but again, you can see that this breakout, we did get a dip back to basically break even, maybe even a little red, before it finally broke out and ran up to its high of the day, which was a little over 275. If you ever day traded crowd, you know that the premiums move pretty good, so that's a pretty good move. You could have actually traded it a couple of times. A lot of times, once I take a trim, I'll set my stop loss to break even. So on this particular one, could have entered right at the break, could have trimmed somewhere up here. It's probably a pretty good move on this big candle, somewhere on the upper part of this wick. And then if your stop loss back at break even happens, you can then re-enter when you get another break or retest of that original opening range breakout. So you could have entered on this candle or on this candle, and then you could have played it again. That's about it. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. I appreciate it, guys. Take care.